Good morning and welcome back to Level 6 Math. I'm Mr. C with our Saxon Math Lesson 74. This is on writing fractions as decimal numbers or writing ratios as decimal numbers. This isn't new stuff. We've done this before, we just haven't had a lesson dedicated to it. So this is going to feel like review this time just because you already know how to do it. So this is kind of an easy one. Alright, so we learned earlier that a fraction or a fraction bar means division. And usually, or not usually, always, when you have a fraction bar, it's the top number that goes in the box. So top number in the box. Now, if the number in the box is smaller than the one outside the box, that's where you're going to put a decimal, right? And add a zero. And you might need to add a bunch of zeros to pull down. You can pull down as many zeros as you want to, as long as you have that decimal because it lines up. And that's the important thing. So here, we take 1/2, we put it in the box, we can do the division. 2 goes into 1 0 times, but 2 goes into 10 5 times with no remainder. So we get 0.5 as our answer. That means we find that 1/2 equals the decimal number 0.5. And we can, later we'll convert that 0.5 into a percentile, and especially when we're talking about ratios, that would be 50%, right? Okay, so let's convert 1/4 to a decimal number. We're going to do the same thing. This is just a division problem. So top number in the box, 1 goes in the box, and then that's with the 4 outside. So we're going to have to add a decimal. And why they added 2 zeros? At the beginning, you don't know how many zeros you're going to need. So you just start with 1. 4 goes into 10 2 times, but then you have a remainder, so then you need to drop another 0. And that's why they did that. Then there's no remainder, and you get the 0.25. This is just normal division. We've been doing this all year long. This should feel pretty easy for you guys. All right, use a calculator. Now, do we need to use a calculator to do it? We just figured out how to solve this and change this into a decimal number. Put the first number in the box, 15.0, and then we'd go 16 into it. Is this easier with a calculator? Absolutely. In a calculator, if we go 15 divided by 16 equals, it's going to give us 0.9375. We get that same thing if we did it ourselves. It would just take a little bit longer. Okay, and then finally write 7 and 2/5. Now a lot of you are going to just know this from mental math. You know that 5 goes, or if we're going into fifths, 1/5 would be 0.2, so 2/5 would be 0.4. So we could say it's 7.4 without even doing the problem. But if we're unsure of ourselves, or if we're just trying to show our work, then we take the top number, put it in the box. So we divide 5 by 2, add the decimal. Remember, we're going to have to line that up. And then we can solve and we get 0.4. So then we get 7 and 2/5. 7 plus 0.4 is 7.4. All right. Converting ratios is the same thing. It's just like converting fractions to decimal numbers. So here with a ratio problem, a number cube or a dice is rolled. It's got 6 sides, right? So the probability of rolling an even number, if we've got 6 total numbers, 3 of those 6 is going to be even. So we write that ratio as 3 over 6, and then we can reduce that to 1 over 2. Now we just solve it as a division problem. 1 over 2, we put the 1 in the box. 2 goes into 1, 0.5 times. So this is just like what we were doing before. I know with probability or ratios, it's that extra step of figuring out what it is and then reducing it. But we've practiced that, okay? So the probability of rolling an even number is 0.5. That's it. So this is, again, it's a review lesson today. So good luck. See you next time. Bye.